Alright, so good day everyone. And so in this video, we will discuss the solution for practice set number 5. So hopefully at this point, sana nasagutan nyo na yung practice set number 5. And kung hindi pa, I highly suggest na sagutan nyo na muna. Ayan, so, ayan. So, dito sa practice set number 5, there are 22 questions. Pero basically, there are only two equation of ellipse given dito. Okay, so ang kailangan na natin gawin is hanapin yung mga components. Ayan, so without further ado, let's start with uh, question let's start with ellipse number 1 for items 1 to 11. So ito yung given. So ito yung given natin. So ang given natin is ito. So x minus 1 squared over 9 plus y minus 3 squared over 4 equals 1. So una, let's find the center. So number 1. Okay, so number 1, let's find the center. So, alam nyo na, yung center natin, it follow the coordinates HK. Alright, so wherein H is the x-coordinate of the center and Y is the y-coordinate of the center. So, paano to? So, katulad lang sa circles, binabaliktad lang natin yung sign. So, basically, ang center natin ngayon is, since dito is negative 1, so, ang x-coordinate center is 1. Then, dito is 3. So, therefore, ang y-coordinate is negative 3. So, here is our center. Alright, so number 2. Alright, so number 2. Let's solve for the principal axis. Alright, so let's solve for the principal axis. So, ang principal axis natin ganito. So, paano yun? So, observe natin yung equation. So, observe the equation. Okay, so nasan ba yung malaking denominator? So, yung malaking denominator natin, which is 9, is nasa groupings ni x. So, if ang malaking denominator ay nasa groupings ni x, it means that we are dealing with horizontal ellipse. So, it means that we are dealing with horizontal ellipse. So, therefore, ang principal axis natin is horizontal. Now, right after we find the principal axis, isulat na rin natin kung ano yung standard form ni ellipse para makabisado na rin natin kung ano yung mga standard equation. So, paano yun? So, una, sulat nyo muna to. X minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals 1. So, since ang principal axis natin is horizontal, therefore, yung malaking denominator natin is nasa groupings ni x. And ano ba yun? So, di ba, mas malaki si a squared over b squared. So, therefore, ang a squared natin is nandito, and b squared natin is nandito. Alright, so ito yung standard form natin ngayon. Alright, so number 3. Siguro, ang number 3, dito ko nilalagay number 3 natin. So, number 3 natin, solve for A, B, and C. Okay, so sa A muna tayo. So, A squared, so tandaan natin na A squared is the higher denominator dito sa equation natin. So, ano yung malaking denominator dito? Di ba 9? Alright, so now let's solve for A. So, square root natin both sides. So, cancel to, cancel to. So, sa left side, matitira si 1. Then, square root of 9 is just 3. So, yan. Nasolve natin si A. By the way, class, A represent the distance between the center and the vertex. Okay? Center and the vertex ang dinedenote ni letter A. Now, let's solve for B. So, B squared, this is the lower denominator. So, ano ba yung lower denominators? Diba? 4. So, B squared natin is 4. So, same process, square root natin both sides. So, cancel to, cancel to. Matitira sa left side is B. Then, square root of 4 is 2. Alright. So, yan na. So, we have B natin is 2, wherein B denotes the distance between the center and the co-vertex. Okay? Next, number 3, letter C. So, ang C natin, the formula for C is square root of A squared minus B squared. So, ano ba A squared natin? Ang A squared natin is 9. Then, ang ating B squared is 4. So, this is equals to square root of 5. So, therefore, ang C natin is square root of 5. Okay, so that's it. So, alam na natin yung si ABC. By the way, C is the letter representing the distance between center and the focus. Yan. So, center and focus. Alright, so let's proceed with number 4. So number 4, let's find the vertices. So vertices. Alright, so number 4 natin is vertices. So una, ang reference point natin dito, tandaan na, the reference point here is the center. Again, the reference point for vertices is the center. So ang center natin is 1, -3. Next, alignment. Okay, so remember class, the alignment of the vertices is parallel to the horizontal axis, to the principal axis. So, ulitin ko. So, the alignment of vertices is parallel with respect to the principal axis. So, since ang principal axis natin is horizontal, so therefore, ang vertices natin is horizontal also. So, horizontal din. Okay, so horizontal din yung vertices, ang alignment ng vertices natin. Then last, distance. Again, what is the letter representing the distance between vertices and vertex and center? So, that is A. Ano ba A natin? So, ang A natin is 3. Alright, so at this point, alam niyo na yung gagawin. So, isulat natin ang dalawang beses yung reference point, which is 1, -3, then 1, -3. Alright? Then, since ang alignment natin is horizontal, ang gagalaw dito is si x-coordinate. So, x-coordinate ang gagalawin natin. Ilang units ang galaw? 3 units. So, dito, dagdag tayo ng 3. Dito, bawas tayo ng 3. Then, let's solve this. So, 1 plus 3, that is 4. Then, baba lang natin si -3. Then, 1 minus 3, that is -2. Then, baba lang natin si -3. And ito na yung dalawa nating vertices. These are our 2 vertices. Ito na yung dalawa nating vertices. So, vertex 1, vertex 2. Alright, sige. Let's proceed. Number 5. Ang hanapin naman natin sa number 5 is yung mga co-vertices natin. So, co-vertices. So, ano reference point natin dito? So, reference point. Ang reference point natin dito sa co-vertices is sa center pa rin, which is 1, -3. The alignment, remember, the alignment of co-vertices is perpendicular with respect to the principal axis. Perpendicular. So, since ang principal axis natin is horizontal, ang alignment natin sa co-vertices is vertical. Alright, so we are dealing with vertical. Meaning, ang alignment ng co-vertices natin is vertical. Next, distance. Alright, so again, what is the letter representing the distance between the center and the co-vertex? That is B. Ano ba ang B natin? So, ang B natin is 2. Alright, so next, ano na yung next step? Isulat ng dalawang beses si reference point. So, just like yung ginawa natin sa number 4. So, sulat si 1, -3, 1, -3. Alright, now, anong alignment natin? Ang alignment natin is vertical. So, what does it mean? So, since vertical yung alignment natin, it means na ang gagalaw is si y-coordinate. Si y-coordinate ang gagalaw kasi vertical eh. Next, ilang units? 2. Kasi ang B natin is equals to. So, ang gagawin natin, dagdag tayo ng 2 units sa isa. Sa kabila naman, bawas tayo ng 2 units. And that's it. So, let's solve for this one. So, baba lang si 1. Then, -3 plus 2, that is -1. So, dito naman, baba lang din si 1. -3 plus -2, this is -5. So, ito na ngayon yung co-vertex 1. Ito yung co-vertex 2 natin. Ayan. Alright, no, next. Dito tayo sa, siguro, dito tayo sa 6. 6 natin, we will solve the foci. So, ano reference point natin dito? Ang reference point natin sa focus or sa foci natin, still the center. Ano ba center natin? Ang center natin is 1, -3. Alright, alignment. Alright, so ang alignment natin sa focus o sa foci natin, tandaan, the alignment of foci is horizontal. The alignment of foci is parallel with respect to the principal axis. Again, the alignment of foci is parallel with respect to the principal axis. Since ang principal axis natin is horizontal, it means that ang focus natin or alignment ng focus natin is also horizontal. Horizontal. Alright, now, next, distance. So, gano'ng kalayo ang itatakbo ni reference point para mahanap yung foci natin. So, again, what is the letter representing the distance between center and focus? That is letter C. Ano ba si C? So, C natin is equals to square root of 5. Alright, so at this point, alam niyo na gagawin. So, isulat ng dalawang beses si reference point. So, 1, negative 3, 1, negative 3. Okay, so ano alignment natin? So, ang alignment natin is horizontal. Okay, ulitin ko. The alignment of vertices is, the alignment of foci is horizontal. Since horizontal, ano gagalaw? Is it X or Y? So, ang gagalaw is X. Okay, so X ang gagalaw. So, ilang units ang galaw natin? C. Ano ba C natin? Square root of 5. So, ang gagawin natin, since ang alignment natin is horizontal, dagdag tayo ng square root of 5 sa kabila. Sa kabila naman, bawas tayo ng square root of 5. Then, solve natin. So, 1 plus square root of 5, that is 1 plus square root of 5, negative 3. Next, sa kabila, 1 minus square root of 5, negative 3. So, ito yung dalawa nating focus. Sorry, ito yung dalawa nating foci. So, this is foci 1. Focus 2. Focus 1. This is focus 2. So, ito na yung dalawa nating foci. Alright, next, number 7. Let's solve for number 7. So, ang number 7 natin dito is the latera recta. Latera recta. The endpoints of latera recta. So, again, dito, yeah, sa latus rectum or sa latera recta natin, remember class na ang reference point dito is sa focus na. So, reference point here is the foci, yung dalawang focus natin. Alright? Next, alignment. Okay, so ang alignment natin sa latera recta, remember class the alignment of latera recta or the alignment of latus rectum is perpendicular with respect to the principal axis. So, since ang principal axis natin is horizontal, so therefore, ang alignment ni latera recta is vertical. Kasi nga, perpendicular sila. Next is distance. So, what is the distance? What is the letter representing the distance between focus? What is the letter or what is the formula natin for latera recta? So, ano yun? So, B squared over A. So, ano B squared natin? So, ang B squared natin is 4. Tapos, yung A natin is 3. So, therefore, ang distance na itatakbo ni focus para mahanap natin si latera recta o yung endpoint si latus rectum is 4 over 3. Now, let's solve for this. So, ano yung reference point natin? Foci. So, gamitin natin yung unang focus. So, ano ba yung unang focus natin? Ito. 1 plus square root of 5, negative 3. Tapos, 1 plus 5. This should be square root of 5, negative 3. Alright, so, ano alignment natin? So, vertical. So, vertical ang alignment. So, therefore, ano gagalaw? Is it X or is it Y? So, ang gagalaw is Y. Next, since Y, ilang units? 4 over 3. Kasi yun na-compute natin distance . So, 4 over 3. So, dito bawas tayo ng 4 over 3. Okay, now, let's solve this. Solve natin. So, baba lang si 1 plus square root of 5. Then, solve natin to. So, solve ko siya dito So, negative 3 plus 4 over 3. So, this is just 3. 3 divided by 3. That is 1. So, 3 times negative 3. That is negative 9 plus 3 divided by 3. 1 times 4. That is 4. So, therefore, this is negative 5 over 3. So, dito, negative 5 over 3. Tapos sa kabila naman, so baba lang din ulit si x coordinate. So 1 plus square root of 5. So minus to. So gagawin nating subtraction to. is going to be subtraction. Tapos ito, subtraction din. So, 9 minus, negative 9 minus 4, this is negative 13. So, therefore, dito is negative 13 over 3. So, ito na yung endpoints ni latus rectum. Ito yung unang set ng endpoints ni latus rectum. So, LR1 and LR2. So, ito yung una. Alright, so next, yung pangalawang set naman ni latus rectum. So, ano gagamitin? Yung pangalawang focus. So, ano yung pangalawang focus? So, we have 1 minus square root of 5, 3, negative 3. Tapos, 1 minus square root of 5, negative 3. Okay, next. Ano yung alignment? Again, vertical. So, ilang ang distance? 4 over 3. So, since vertical, dagdag tayo dito ng 4 over 3. Dito, bawas tayo ng 4 over 3. So, let's solve. So, baba lang natin si 1 minus square root of 5. Tapos, 3 plus 4 over 3. Na-solve na natin to. This is 5 over 3. Then, sa kabila, 1 minus square root of 5. 3 minus 4 over 3. This is negative 13 over 3. So, ito na yung sumunod na set natin ng latus rectum. So, we have LR3 and LR4. So, ito na yung mga sagot sa question number 1. Alright, so, ayan. So, i-zoom out ko. So, para meron kayong basis. And zoom out, zoom out. Ayan. So, ito yung mga sagot natin. So, this is the center. Ito yung center natin. This is the principal axis. These are the values of A, B, C. Ayan, so A, the distance between center and vertex. B, distance between center and co-vertex. C, distance between center and focus. Ito na yung mga vertices natin. Dito na yung mga co-vertices. Ayan. So, para, kung gusto nyo, pwede nyo siyang screenshot para may basis kayo. Ito naman yung focus or foci natin. And this is yung latera recta. Okay, excuse me. So, ito na yung sagot natin for item number 1 to 11. Okay, now let's proceed for the next item. Okay, let's proceed sa susunod na item. So, allow me to copy the question. Alright. Copy. Ayan. So, dito mukhang puro radical tayo dito. No? Alright. So, alright, so, number 1. Alam niyo na yung gagawin. So, number 1, find the center. So, hanapin natin si center. So, ang center natin is just in the form of HK. Alright, so ano ba yung HK natin dito? So, yung H natin dito, nakalagay sa negative 1. So, gawin natin positive. So, kasi binabaliktad lang natin yung sign. Sa kabila, negative 3. So, magiging positive 3. So, ito na yung center natin. Ito na yung center natin. Alright, next, let's solve for the principal axis. Number 2. This is the principal axis. Principal axis. Okay, so, nasan yung malaking denominator? Okay, so may dalawa tayong denominator, 10 and 11. And we know that 11 is higher than 10. So, yung malaki natin denominator is 11. Since yung malaking denominator natin is nasa groupings ni y, it means that we are dealing with vertical ellipse. So, yan. So, therefore, ang principal axis natin is vertical. And now, since we know that our principal axis is vertical, isulat na rin natin kung ano yung standard form nito. So, katulad ng sinabi ko, una, sulat nyo muna si x minus 1 squared plus, but 1. This should be, sinusulat ko si standard form. So, x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals 1. So, since we are dealing with vertical ellipse, so therefore, yung malaking denominator is nasa groupings ni y. So, ano ba yun? So, a squared. So, b squared naman yung mas maliit. Alright, so number 3. So, number 3 natin, let's solve for, saan ko ba siya sinusulat? Okay, so dito ako nakaagad siya isusulat. So for number 3, let's solve for the ABC. Solve for A, B, and C. Alright, so, again, A squared, okay, so A squared muna tayo. Si A squared, siya yung mas malaking denominator. So, ano ba yung malaking denominator? So, 11. So, A ngayon natin is equals to square root of 11. Alright, next, B. Ang B squared natin yung mas maliit. So, ano yung maliit? We have 10. So, ano ba si B ngayon? So, square root ni 10, this is just square root of 10. So, check ko lang. Mamaya may mga mali-mali ako eh. Alright, so square root of 10. Next, C. Ang C natin, this is equals to, C is equals to square root of A squared minus B squared. So, ano si A squared natin? So, 11. Then, ano yung C? Ano yung B squared? So, ang B squared natin is 10. So, this is equals to square root of 1. 11 minus 10 is 1. So, square root of 1, this is 1. So, therefore, ang C natin is 1. Okay? Again, A is the distance between center and vertex. B is the distance between center and co-vertex. And C is the distance between center and, ano nga ba yun? So, and focus. Again, C is the distance between center and focus. Alright, now let's solve for number 4. So, number 4. Ano nga yung number 4 natin? Ang number 4 natin is the vertices. Vertices. Let me check if ayan, alright. So, number 4 natin is vertices. Alright, so reference point, i-abbreviate ko na lang dito So, ang reference point natin dito, tandaan class, ang reference point natin sa vertices is the center. So, ano ba center natin? So, we have 1, 3. Alright. Next, alignment. So, again, the alignment of vertices is parallel with respect to their principal axis. So, parallel ang alignment ng vertices sa principal axis. Since ang principal axis natin is vertical, so therefore, the alignment of vertices is also vertical. So, vertical. Now, next, let's find the distance. So, what is the distance? What is the letter representing the distance between center and vertex? That is letter A. Ano ba si letter A? So, A is square root of 11. So, once we find this T information, so, alam nyo na yung gagawin, isulat natin ng dalawang beses si center, si reference point, which is the center. So, that is 1, 3, then 1, 3. So, since ang alignment natin is vertical, ang gagalaw dito is Y. Again, ang gagalaw dito is Y. Okay, so gagalaw is y. Ilang units ang galaw? Square root of 11. So dito, dagdag tayo ng square root of 11. Dito, bawas tayo ng square root of 11. And alam nyo na, so simplify natin. So 1, quit at 3 plus square root of 11. So next, dito is 1. Baba lang ko si 1. 3 minus square root of 11. And that's it. Ito na yung mga vertices natin. So, this is our vertex 1 and this is our vertex 2. Alright, so ito na yung mga vertices natin. Okay, next, number 5. So, let's solve for number 5. Let's go for the number 5. So, number 5 natin, we will solve for the co-vertices. Alright, so, wait lang. Tingnan ko lang ilang pinagkasya ko dito. Okay, so hanggang foci. Okay, again, co-vertices na solve natin. So again, the reference point when solving the co-vertices is still the center. So ano ba center natin? That is 1, 3. Next, alignment. The alignment of co-vertices is perpendicular with respect to the principal axis. So since vertical ang principal axis natin, therefore the alignment of co-vertices is horizontal. Next, D. What is the letter representing the distance between center and co-vertex? That is letter B. ano ba si B? Ang B natin is square root of 10. Alright, so next, ano gagawin? Right after we find these three informations, the only things left here is for us to rewrite the reference point twice. So, ano yung sulat natin? So, 1, 3, then 1, 3. Alright, so since ang alignment natin is horizontal, so it means na ang gagalaw is si x coordinate. So, x coordinate. So, ilang units? So, 10. Kasi ang distance natin is b, which is equals to 10. So, dito, dagdag tayo ng 10. Then, sa kabila, bawas tayo ng square. Sorry. Allow me to correct what I just said. So, move ko lang to para maganda tingnan. So, since horizontal yung alignment ng co-vertices natin, so therefore, ang gagalaw is si x coordinate. So, ilan ang movement? So, ano yung distance natin? That is b, which is equals to square root of 10. So, dito, dagdag tayo ng square root of 10, tapos dito, bawas tayo ng square root of 10. Again, saan ko ginawa? Parehas sa x coordinate. So, 1 plus square root of 10, then baba si 3. Then dito, 1 minus square root of 10, then baba si 3. And these are our two vertices. So this is co-vertex 1, this is co-vertex 2. And ito na, yung dalawa nating co-vertices. Alright, next, number 6. Alright, so let's proceed with number 6. Okay, so number 6 natin, we will find the foci. Alright, so reference point. So, reference point natin sa foci, that is still the center. And ang center natin, again, is 1, 3. Alignment. The alignment of foci is parallel with respect to the principal axis. Parallel with respect to the principal axis. So, ano ba yung principal axis natin? So, that is vertical. Next, distance. What is the letter representing the distance between center and focus? That is letter C. Ano ba yung C natin? So, nasolve na natin si C. Ang C natin is, ito, 1. Alright, so C natin is equals to 1. So, alam nyo na gagawin? Right after we find these three information, all we need to do is to write the reference point twice. So, 1, 3, 1, 3. So, since ang alignment ng foci natin is vertical, so it means na ang gagalaw is si y coordinate. So, ilang units? That is c, which is equals to 1. So, dito, we will add 1. Then dito, we will subtract 1. So, let's solve. So, baba lang si 1 dito. Then, baba lang si 1. So, 3 plus 1, that is 4. Okay, sa kabila, baba lang ulit si 1. 3 minus 1, that is 2. So, ito na ngayon yung dalawa nating foci. So, ito yung focus 1. This is focus 2. And here are our foci. Alright, next, last number, number 7. So, number 7 natin, we will find the latera recta. Latera recta. Alright, so we will find the latus rectum. So, ano ba yung reference point natin dito? So, ang reference point natin dito, our reference point here is still, our reference point natin sa latera recta is si foci or si focus. Next, alignment. Remember class, the alignment of latus rectum is perpendicular with respect to the principal axis. Perpendicular. So, since ang principal axis natin is vertical, it means na ang latera recta natin is horizontal. Horizontal. Now, ano yung distance natin? So, the distance na ginagamit natin between the focus and the latera recta and the endpoints of latus rectum is follow this simple equation. So, b squared over a. So, ang b squared natin, that is 10. Then, ang a's natin is square root of 11. Now, pangat kasi tingnan kapag ang denominator natin is a radical sign or irrational. So, para mawala yung pagka-irrational ng denominator, i-rationalize natin yung denominator. So, paano gagawin? Times natin both numerator and denominator by square root of 11. So 10 times square root of 11, that is 10 square root of 11. Then square root of 11 times square root of 11, that is 11. So therefore, ang distance natin from the focus and latus rectum is ito. So 10 square root of 11 over 11. Alright, now next, since we already find the distance between these 2 points, okay, so between the foci and the endpoints of latus rectum, saka alam na rin natin tatlong information, the reference point, alignment, and distance. All we need to do is to what? Write the foci or the focus twice. So, ang gagamitin natin unang focus is yung focus number 1. So, ano may focus number 1 natin? So, ang focus 1 natin is 1, 4, tapos dito, 1, 4 din. Next, ano sabi? Ang alignment natin is horizontal. Horizontal. So, it means na ang gagalaw dito is si x coordinate. Again, si x coordinate ang gagalaw dito. So, ilang units ang galaw? So, 10 square root of 11 over 11. So, dito, bawas naman tayo ng square root of, ng negative 10 square root of 11 over 11. And now, let's solve this. So, 1 plus 10 square root of 11 over 11, comma 4. So, ito yung unang point ni LR1. So, LR2, this is 1 minus 10 square root of 11 over 11, 4 LR2. Ayan. So, pwede pa ito ma-simplify para isang term na lang yung yung x coordinate. So, paano 'yon? So, pwedeng gawin natin na 11 plus 10 square root of 11 over 11, 4. Then, yung LR number 2, this is 11 minus 10 square root of 11 over 11, 4. Ayan. So, ito yung unang set ng latus rectum natin. Endpoint si latus rectum. Ito yung unang set. Next, let's solve yung pangalawang set ni latus rectum. So, ang gagamitin natin is yung pangalawang focus. So, ano ba yung pangalawa nating focus? That is 1, 2. So, natin si 1, 2. So, 1, 2. Then, 1, 2. So, alam nyo na. So, since ang alignment natin is horizontal, dagdag bawas tayo sa x-coordinate. So, ilang units? 10 square root of 11 over 11. So, dagdag tayo dito 10 square root of 11 over 11. Then dito, ganun din. So, bawas naman tayo dito ng 10 square root of 11 over 11. And now, let's solve this. So, alam niyo to. So, plus 1 plus 10 square root of 11 over 11, 2. Tapos dito, 1 minus 10 square root of 11 over 11, 2. Now, pwede pa natin itong i-simplify. So, magiging 11 plus 10 square root of 11 over 11, 2. The next dito, this is going to be 11 minus 10 square root of 11 over 11, 2. So, ito na ngayon yung latus rectum 3, and latus rectum 4. So, ito na ngayon yung mga coordinates ng mga components ni given na ellipse. Ayan. So, zoom out ko para makita nyo siya lalo. So, ito yung question. So, nakita nyo? This is the question. So, ito yung sagot sa center. Here is the center. This is the principal axis. This is the value of A, B, and C. This is the vertices. Alright, so these are the co-vertices. This is the foci. Then, last, ito yung lateral recta natin. Ayan. So, you may take screenshot para may copy din kayo. Alright, so I guess may question pa dito 21, 22. Ayan, so let's go. Let's proceed with, okay, so ito, number 23. So, copy ko lang siya. Ayan. Alright, so we have center at 3, 7. Determine the standard equation of the ellipse based on the provided information. So center at 3, 7, vertex as 3, 2, focus at 3, 3. So mas maganda dito, i-graph muna natin para mas madali natin siya ma-imagine. So allow me to graph it. So insert lang ako ng graphing something. So yung insert image, the pictures. May graphing ako dito. Asan siya? Actually, class, if medyo kabisado nyo na, pwede nyo na siyang hindi i-graph. Pero, kumbaga, mental na lang. Pero, kung hindi pa kaya, I suggest na i-graph nyo. Kasi, parang review na rin to. Alright, so, ganito. Ito yung sabi sa question. So, ang center daw is nasa 3, 7. So, 3, 7. So, ito yung 3. So, 7 is here. So, this is the center. Ito yung center natin. So, tapos, yung vertex daw is 3, 2. Alright, so 3, 2. Ang vertex daw ay 3, 2. Ayan, alright. So, ito yung vertex natin, 3, 2. Then, alright, so yung focus daw is 3, 3. Alright, so ito yung focus daw, 3, 3. So, ito si vertex. Vertex natin. Ito si vertex. Ito si focus. Alright. So, una kasi dapat nating malaman dito is ano ba yung principal axis. Okay, so ano ba yung principal axis? Kung babalikan natin yung definition ng principal axis, kung maalala nyo, principal axis is the line intersecting the vertex and the center. So, ito yung isa, ulitin ko the principal axis is the line that intersects the center and the two vertices of the parabola of the ellipse. So basically, yung tawag din, yung principal axis natin nandito kasi tatamaan niya si center tsaka si vertex eh. So it means na yung tawag dito, yung principal axis natin is nandyan. So by just looking at the image, it shows us na ang principal axis natin is vertical. Alright? So, ang principal axis natin is vertical. Alright, so ulitin natin. Ang principal axis natin is vertical. Okay? Ayan. Kasi bakit? Kasi ulitin natin na I just draw the principal axis. And by definition kasi, the principal axis should intersect the center and the vertex. Ayan. So, tinamaan niya si center tsaka si vertex. So, therefore, this is a vertical, ang principal axis natin is vertical. And it shows na we are dealing now with a vertical ellipse. Alright, so next. Okay. So, kapag ganito yung cases, ang kailangan nating malaman dito is ano nga yung itsura ni standard form. So, since ang principal axis natin is vertical, so ganito yung itsura ni standard form yan. So, sulat ko muna. So, ito yung, para din nyo na ako kabisaduhin. Ito yung pattern ko. So, sulat nyo muna si x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals 1. So, kapag vertical, nasan ba yung malaking denominator? So, kapag vertical, ellipse, it means na ang malaking denominator ay nasa groupings ni y. Eh, ano ba yung malaking denominator? Diba, siya si a squared. Tapos, yung mas maliit, b squared. So, makikita nyo, yung a squared natin, which is yung mas malaking denominator ay nasa y, showing na we are dealing with vertical ellipse. Alright, now, ang gagawin natin now is we will find the value of a squared and b squared, as well as yung coordinates ni center, which is already given. So, pwede natin ito i-substitute directly mamaya. So, now, solve muna natin si a. Ang gagawin natin, we will solve for a squared, b squared, and c squared. So, let's solve for a squared, b squared, and c squared. So, again, si a kasi class, si a, again, this is the distance between the center. This is the distance between the center and the vertex. Alright, so this is the distance between the center and the vertex. Alright, so again, center and vertex. So ano ba yung center natin? Given si center, that is 3, 7. Tapos si vertex, sorry. This is the center. So given si center, tapos given si vertex. So ano yung vertex natin? So ang vertex natin is 3, 2. So basically class, when we find the distance between these 2 points, dito. When we find the distance between center and vertex, we will find A. Alright? So basically, pwede natin bilangin dito eh. So, ayun, gaano kalayo? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So A is equals to 5. Then this shows na A squared is equals to 25. Yan. So paano kapag hindi ka naman mag-graph? Kunyari kasi pag-graph, timely eh. Okay, so may error, pwede kang magkaroon ng error dyan kapag nagkamali ka ng pagkakagraph. So pwede nyo gamitin si distance formula. So now, let's find the distance between center and vertex by using the distance formula. So again, the distance between center and vertex, this is denoted by A. And how do we find the distance between the 2 points? So just by using distance formula. So ito, naalala niyo rule, so baba muna tapos taas. So 3 minus 3, ayan, so 3, ito si 3. So 3 minus 3, ayan. Then squared plus 2, baba mo na si 2, yung y coordinate naman, so 2 minus 7 squared. Alright, so solve natin. So 3 minus 3, this is 0 squared, plus 2 minus 7, this is negative 25 squared. Sorry, 25 kagad. So this is negative 5 squared. Negative 5 squared. Square root of. Then, ano si 0 squared? That is just 0. Then, negative 5 squared, that is 25. So, therefore, ang A natin is 5. And this shows na ang A squared natin is 25. Ayan. So, ito na A squared natin. A squared natin is equals to 25. So, tama lang yung, tama yung na-compute natin tsaka kung ano yung nasa visuals. Okay, next. Let's solve for B. Si B, this is the distance between center and co-vertex. So, may given tayong center, pero wala naman tayong given na co-vertex. So, meaning, hindi natin pwedeng malaman si B. Ang pwede natin malaman is the distance between center and focus. And that is denoted by what? Again, that is denoted by letter C. So, let's solve for C. Pero actually, kung titingnan nyo dito, center, papunta kay focus, ilang units? So, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, 4 units. So, therefore, C is equals to 4. And C squared is equals to 16. Alright, so pwede nyo siyang directly dyan, tingnan sa graph, kung matyaga kayong mag-graph. Pero kung tamad naman kayong mag-graph, pwede namang mag-compute na lang kayo. So, now, let's solve for C. So, ang kailangan natin sa C is, una, si center. So, center ang kailangan natin, which is 3, 7. Then, co-vertex. Focus. Kailangan natin dito is focus. Eh, ano ba yung focus natin? So, ang focus natin is 3, 3. Ito, focus natin is at 3, 3. Alright, so now, if we find the distance between these 2 points, malalaman natin si C. And how do we find this? So, distance formula. So, again, 3 minus 3. Ito, 3 minus 3 squared plus 3 minus 7. So, 3 minus 7 squared. So, find the distance. Solve lang natin. So, 3 minus 3, this is 0 squared plus 3 minus 7, that is negative 4, tapos squared. So, 0 squared, that is 0. Then, negative 4 squared, that is 16. So, ano ba square root of 16? That is 4. So, C natin is 4. And ang C natin is 4. Alright, now, pwede natin ngayon malaman si B. Si B. Kasi tandaan natin class, ang kailangan natin sa standard form is, ang kailangan natin sa standard form is si B squared. So, di natin kailangan si C. So, gagamitin lang natin yung value ni C para malaman kung ano yung value ni B. So, paano yun? So, tandaan natin na C is equals to, siguro I will write it here. So, dito na siguro. So, remember that C, alright, C is equals to square root of A squared minus B squared. Ang C natin, ang value niya is 4 equals square root of A squared. So, ano is A squared? 25. Then, yung B squared natin, hindi natin alam yung value, so just copy this one. So, ang gagawin natin dito, para matanggal yung radical sign, square root natin both sides. So, square root both sides. So, 4 squared, that is 16, equals, cancel out si radical sign, tsaka si 2. This is going to be 25 minus B squared. So, tanggal na ngayon si radical sign. Now, i-transpose natin si B squared sa kaliwa. Then, 25 minus 16. So, si 16, tinranspose natin sa kabila, kaya naging negative. Alright, so next, 25 minus 16, this is 9. Tama ba? So, 25 minus 16, this is 9. So, B squared natin is 9. Ito na may kailangan natin si B squared. And that's it. So, meron na tayong B squared. So now, since alam na natin si A squared, alam na natin si B squared, alam din natin si center, pwede natin itong i-substitute dito. So therefore, una i-substitute muna natin si center. So x, ang h natin is 3. So dito magiging negative 3 squared plus y. Ang k natin is 7. So dito magiging minus 7. Alright? So, yung b squared natin, that is the denominator of groupings ni x, that is b squared. So, ano yung b squared natin? That is 9. Then, yung denominator ni y, that is a squared, which is 25. So, sinubstitute lang natin. Equals 1. So, basically, ito yung sagot sa number 23. So, this is the answer for number 23. Ayan. So, zoom out ko. So, para pwede siyang i-screenshot. Or kung ano man ang gusto nyo gawin dito. Ayan. So, sagot natin is quantity x minus 3 squared over 9 plus quantity dapat may squared to. So, ulitin ko ang standard equation natin. Ang sagot natin for item number 23 is x minus 3 squared over 9 plus y minus 7 squared over 25 equals 1. Alright, so next, number 24. Tayo sa number 24. Okay, let's proceed with number 24. Copy. So, number 20. Let's solve for number 24. Let's go for the number 24. Ito yun. So, determine. So, zoom ko muna siya. Alright, so determine the standard equation of the ellipse based on the provided information. So, vertex is 3, 2, and 13, 2. Then, ang co-vertex natin is 8, 4, 8, 0. So, una, kailangan natin dito malaman ano ba ang principal axis natin. So, you may graph it. Okay, so pwede din naman na you may use GeoGebra at this point. Okay, so you may use GeoGebra if you want to. Which is mas maganda sana. Siguro nasan siya yung 22 by 20 ko. Ito. Okay, so 13 kasi to eh. So, crop ko lang to, no? Allow me to crop this one. Say crop. Crop ko lang to. Ano ko ba ito ika-crop? Wala kasi siyang options na crop. Save as, rotate. Siguro ito na. I-zoom ko na lang. Ayan. So, ang coordinates natin is ito. 3, 2. So, vertex natin is 3, 2. So, nandito siya. So, ang vertex natin is 3, 2. So, 1, 2, 3, 2. So, dito yung vertex natin ng una. Then, ang pangalawang vertex natin is 13, 2. So, 13, 2. Ayan. Next, co-vertex natin is 8, 4. So, 8, 4. Ito si 8, 4. Tapos, isang vertex is 8, 0. So basically, ang itsura ng ellipse natin ngayon is parang pag ganito. Ayan. So assume nyo na perfect. Nasa ganyan itsura ng ellipse natin. Okay, so paano malaman yung yung una natin dapat malaman is the principal axis. And remember class, the principal axis is the line that intersect the vertex and the focus. So ito yung dalawang vertex natin eh. So pangalanan ko nga para mas maganda. So this is vertex 1, vertex 1, vertex 2, co-vertex 1, this is co-vertex 2. So ang sabi kasi, the principal axis is the line intersecting the two vertices. Ayan, so basically, ito yung line natin. And kung makikita nyo, yung line natin is nakahiga. Yung principal axis natin is nakahiga. So meaning this means na ang principal axis natin is also horizontal. So principal axis is horizontal. Ang principal axis natin is horizontal. Next. So after natin malaman kung ano yung principal axis natin, isulatan natin yung standard form. So alam nyo na to. So x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals 1. So since ang principal axis natin is horizontal, ibig sabihin yung malaking denominator natin which is a squared is nasa groupings ni x. Tapos yung mas maliit andito sa groupings ni y. Alright, so now let's solve for the center muna. Kasi hindi natin alam si center eh. Center muna. So remember class, ang center natin, that the midpoint or the midpoint between the two vertices is the center. So ganun din sa sa co-vertices. The midpoint of two co-vertices is the center. So, by just looking dito sa graph natin, so it appears na ang center natin is here. Ito yung center natin, no? So, ano ba center natin dito? So, it looks like ang center natin is, that is 8, 2. Okay, so by visually looking at this, parang 8, 2 siya. Pero paano kapag pag walang graph, paano kapag may fraction na yan or radical side? So, di ba mahirap hanapin yung center by just looking at the graph? So, mas maganda pa rin nagko-compute tayo. And how do we do that? We will use the standard, we will use midpoint formula. So, at this case, mas magandang gamitin si hanapin natin yung center, hanapin natin yung midpoint between the two vertices. So, ano yung una nating vertex? So, una nating vertex is vertex 1, 3, 2, tapos vertex 2, 13, 2. So, hanapin natin yung, yung midpoint between these two points. So, ayan. So, hanapin natin. So, midpoint natin, which is the center, this is equals to, again, kapag naghanap ng midpoint, add nyo lang yung mga x-coordinate. So, ano ba yung x-coordinates niya? So, 3 plus 13, tapos divide nyo by 2. Ayan. Then, comma, dito, add nyo yung dalawang y-coordinates, which is 2 plus 2. 2 plus 2 divided by 2. So, basically, ang center natin ngayon is, ito, 3 plus 13, that is 16. Divide by 2, that is 8. 2 plus 2, so y-coordinate tayo, So, 2 plus 2, this is 4. Divide by 2, that is, 2. So, tama lang. So, ang center natin is 8, 2. Ayan. So, alam natin yung si center. Okay, next, number 2. Number 2. So, hanapin natin ngayon, So, let's find A, si A squared. So, again, A squared, solve ka siya. So, solve for A squared, B squared, and C squared. So, tandaan natin, class, si A, that is the distance between the center and co-vertex. Pero kung titignan nyo dito, class, sa formula lang natin, sa graph, pwede na natin siya malaman eh. So, that is, sukatin natin layo ni center kay vertex So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, basically, A natin is 5. And A squared natin is 25. Ayan. So, pwede nang ganun. Kung tama yung graph natin. Kaso nga, kasi may mga problem dyan eh. May case ko kasi dito sa by finding the distance using graphing is, there's a possibility na magkamali ng tingin eh. Kasi fraction, at some moment, fraction or radical sign yung involved na coordinates. So, I still highly suggest na gamitin nyo yung distance formula. So, again, hanapin natin si A by finding the distance between the center and the vertex. So, center natin is 8, 2. Tapos, pili na lang tayo ng vertex. Okay, so, pili tayo ng vertex. Sa may mga vertex natin. So, 3, 2, tsaka 13, 2. So, feeling ko mas madaling gamitin si 3, 2. Kasi mas maliit na number. So, yun na lang gamitin natin. So, 3, 2. Alright, now, hanapin natin yung distance between these 2 points. So, this is A is equals to square root of, 3 minus 8 squared plus 2 minus 2. Alright, so 3 minus 8, this is negative 5 squared plus 2 minus 2, this is 0 squared. So, negative 25 squared, this is 25 plus 0, that's still 0. And A ngayon is equals to 5 and A squared is equals to 25. So, ito lang kailangan natin si 25. Alright, next, let's solve for B. Tama ba? So, let's solve for B naman. So, sa B naman, that is the distance between center and co-vertex. Kung titignan nyo yung graph, pwede natin siyang masukat eh. So, gaano ba kalayo si center kay co-vertex? So, ilan? So, 1, 2. So, basically, B natin is equals to 2. And B squared is equals to 4. So, ayan, by just visually looking at the graph, pwede natin siyang makita. Pero, katulad ng sinabi ko kanina, I still suggest na gamitin nyo pa rin yung distance formula. Alright, so sige, hanapin natin si distance formula using, hanapin natin si B using the distance formula. So, gagamitin natin si center. So, ano yung center natin? Ang center natin is 3, 2. Then, pili tayo ng co-vertex. So, pag pipili kayo ng vertex, kung saan kayo madadalian. So, feeling ko dito mas madali. Sa 8. Ayan, 8, 0. So, para may 0. Mas madaling mag-add dito. 8, 0, 8, 0. I think may mali akong ginawa. Ito. Ang center pa natin is 8, 2. Okay, now, let's solve for B. So, B natin, so 8 minus 8 squared plus 0 minus 2 squared. So, ito ginawa ko 8 minus 8 squared, 0 minus 2 squared. So, nakita nyo naman yun sa graph na, sa solution natin. So, 8 minus 8, this is 0 squared, plus 0 minus 2, this is negative 2, then squared. Then, 0 squared is 0, plus negative 2 squared, this is 4. So, square root of 4 is 2. So, B natin is equals to 2. Then, B squared natin is equals to 4. So, alam na natin ngayon si B squared. Alright. So, alam natin si center. Alam na natin si center. Ito si center. Alam natin si A squared. Alam natin si B squared. So, ang gagawin na natin, hanapin na ngayon si standard equation. So, alam nyo na to. So, mag-i-input lang tayo dito. So, kopyahin lang natin. So, open parenthesis, x. Ano yung center natin? Ang center natin is ito. Ang center natin is ito. 8, 2. So, since positive si 8 dito magiging minus 8. So, minus 8 squared plus. Kapag y, sa y naman, y, since positive to, so dito magiging minus 2 squared. Alright? Equals 1. Alright, so ano yung A squared natin? So, ang A squared natin, that is 25. And ang B squared natin, that is 4. So, basically, ito yung sagot natin sa question number 24. Quantity x minus 8 squared plus quantity y minus 2 squared. Quantity x minus 8 squared over 25 plus quantity y minus 2 squared over 4 equals 0. So, iso-zoom out ko siya. So, para makita nyo yung naging solution natin. Ayan. Alright, so, ayan. So, basically, those are the solution for practice set number 5. So, hopefully, nasagot nyo ng tama yung practice set natin. Ayan. And kung hindi, so I'm still hoping na sana nakatulong yung video na to para mas matutunan nyo or mas maintindihan nyo yung mga problems natin dealing with ellipse. And so with that, ayan, thank you and thank you for watching this video.